Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are checking out a very awesome update by the working title team to their G3000. We're going to be using the TBM 930 as our reference, so make sure you guys stay tuned because I think this is going to be an awesome episode. Alright, so stepping into the cockpit of the TBM 930, we're going to get her started up and then take a look at some of the changes that have been made to the working title's G3000. So let's not waste any time. We're going to get her up and running. Set our heat down to the floor for engine start. Fuel tank selected, throttles are idle, flaps are up. Pressurization set to off. Alright, let's do this. So take our starter, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Monitoring our NG, looking for 13%. Clear that master caution out. Start by going to low idle here. And move her on over in flight idle. Alright. Now let's take a look at what we're here to look at today. Let's see here, what do we need? Oh, nope, we're not ready for that. Let's go up top. Alright, ignition set to auto, auxiliary boost pumps to auto, fuel selection set to automatic, autopilot trim systems are on, and oxygen is on. Starter's off, everything else looks good. Alright, now we can come downstairs. Alright, so some of the things that have been added. Let's see here. You know what? Let me get that changelog up because it's pretty extensive. And again, links to everything will be down in the description below, as well as a link to the cockpit livery, since I know people are going to ask. It will be down in the description. Alright, so the first thing, let's go ahead and check out the highlights. I wish I could share my browser, but again, I'm having issues with NVIDIA Shadowplay where long story, it's just being dumb. But let's see what we got. I'm going to read you guys a couple of these, but again, link down in the description below, so I hope you guys check this out because it's a pretty awesome changelog. Implemented traffic awareness and alert system for both TBM 930 and the Longitude. Added Navigraph charts integration. Use of this feature does require the paid Navigraph subscription, which I highly recommend regardless for anyone who's really interested in flight simulation on an IFR level. So it really is worth it, guys. Let's see here. Added intersection VOR NDB info pages for the touchscreen controller, or the TSC as this is called. Let's see here. And added option to turn off the custom VFR map in the mod config file. And there's a couple of other changes that we can make from the config file as well. But we'll have to take a look at that at a later time. But configuration mod settings can be customized via the configuration file, which is located in the working title G3000 HTML UI WT G3000.config. I'm sure you guys are going to remember all of that, so good job. Documentation for the various settings can be found in the file itself. We'll take a look at that. Maybe we'll take a look at that towards the end of the video. We'll see how the video goes. Okay, so let's do this. Let's move the sun. There we go. Alright, now let's take a... Actually, I've got a better one here. Let's do that. There we go. So first off, the traffic map. Actually, I guess that's probably going to be better. Now I don't have... Oh, there it is right there. Look at that. Let me get this one out of the way. There is our traffic map right there. You can set map ranges, looks like. I don't know if that's functioning or not. Doesn't look like it's changing. 6 miles. Yeah, it doesn't look like that's changing yet. But that could be for the inset map and not the traffic map. Let me check something here. Oh, you know what? Let's move over here. Yeah, okay, so we want to use the primary PFD for that. That is awesome sauce. So that is the first one. That is absolutely freaking cool. Let's see what else we got here. So that's the traffic map. Minimums, none of that changed. That's all been there. Nav source, speed bugs. Let's go PFD map settings. What do we have here? Let's see here. Absolute, NextRad data. So that's just the weather radar. Nothing should be different there. Tracking orientation map settings. Traffic settings. There we go. Traffic awareness system mode. Operating, relative, absolute, standby, motion vector. That is too cool. Vector duration 60 seconds. So a bunch of altitude range unrestricted. Or you can set a altitude limit. Look at that. You can actually create a filter. So that's above us. Normal ranges. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to have to dive into that real deep. There's going to be some changes to the guide next month, guys. Alright, so let's keep looking around here. What else we got here? Oh, that's just still into the map settings. Aviation, VOR, land. Alright, so that's all looks the same. Now let's go to PFD settings. All that looks the same, so that's good. Let's see what else we got. Let's switch over to MFD here. There it is, charts. Look at that. Alright, so let's click on this. Unable to display. Charts data fail, that's fine. Alright, so it tells us how to do this. Give me a second. Alright, use the GTC touchscreen controller to navigate MFD home utilities. Alright, so let's go MFD, utilities, setup, and database statuses. There we go. Navigraph charts. A pop-up will appear. Whoa! So you guys can't see it, but what just happened is a browser just opened up on my desktop with my Navigraph login information asking me to sign in. So I'm hitting sign in. Alright, and now it says working title G3000 application is requesting permission to access your Navigraph account. Yes, allow is what I'm setting. Code is approved. And then so I can come in here, I guess, and hit link account. Account successfully linked. Very freaking cool. Alright, so now let's go to MFD. And I want to check out something else because I didn't. This is just the lights. Oh, wow. I didn't know. So just today I was in this menu and it going into settings was just the lights, unless I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Let me look at this. Nope, that was definitely where I was. So let's go to MFD. Let's go back to utilities, set up again, avionics settings, time format. So you got UTC 24-hour clock, local 24-hour, local 12-hour. Now let's see, I'm curious if I click local 24-hour, does it I wonder if this requires a sim restart, because the UTC time up here still shows, or the time up here still shows UTC. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do local 12-hour time offset. So if I wanted to enter the time here, it's actually 12:31:00. I'm not sure I'm doing this right. This is an offset, so I don't think it's actually going to change the time. No, that's not right. Let me just clear that out. We'll leave that as no offset for right now. Nearest airport surface, hard surface, soft surface all. So look at that. Let's keep that on hard surface. Nearest airport minimum runway length. So these are filters, and I'll show you what it's doing here. We'll go look at this menu next, but there's a nearest airport menu, and so what it's going to do is going to filter just the hard surface runways and a minimum airport length of 3,000 feet. So this is really handy if you have like an in-flight emergency, or you need to divert, and you want to make sure that you find the nearest airport that meets these parameters. That is awesome. Let's go to units. Nav angle, magnetic in degrees, magnetic variance 1 degrees west, distance and speed nautical. Look at all this. Altitude and vertical speed. So you can set distance and speed nautical miles and knots, or you can change it to the metric. This is beautiful. Again, back to metric. So you can now change everything between your temperatures, Celsius to Fahrenheit now. Let's check out the MFD fields. Okay, so this one's been here. This is all of these. You can customize these up here. Too sick. Alright, let's go to database statuses. Oh wait, no, we already went there. So let's go back to MFD, and now let's click on charts. Look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. And it even pegged where we are. This is where we are. So it automatically pulled up the chart for our current flight. Now let's see here. Sick. Now that's kind of hard to see. Can we zoom it? Yes, we can. And then if we want to pan it around, we just give this a click. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. That is so awesome. Chart options, look at this. Okay, so let's see here. Fit width. Oh my god, dark mode. Oh, I'm in love. I am in love right now. I want to have their babies. That was weird. Sorry. You can rotate the map. That's all new, obviously. Ah, gosh, this is too cool. So let's come back here. Does it give us our position, is what I'm wondering. We should be... Actually, wait a minute. Is this where we are? KS2? Yeah, St. Louis. That's where we are. I keep trying to click up there. Alright, so let's look down here. Let's scroll down a little bit. Parking gate, standard minimums, taxi routes. Chart options. Fit width, light mode, threshold. What does plan do? There we are. That's where we are. Oh, that. I wonder if that's supposed to be plane. Unless it actually shows the flight plan. I'm not sure. But there you go, guys. That's what I was looking for. So let's do this. Yeah, that's where we're parked right now. That is too freaking cool. So I don't have to pull up Navigraph charts anymore when I am flying the TBM. Got your taxi routes, you can zoom in and out. This is beautiful. Excuse me. Alright, so let's keep looking down here. Look at that, man. Alright, so let's say we wanted to pick a runway. Perfect. Wow. Ah, working title. You guys have done it again. Use right hand traffic pattern. Look at that. Too freaking cool. Alright, let's see what else we got. So obviously we have all of our SIDs and stars. So that is awesome. You can pull up your different charts. Ah, man, dude, no more having to worry about it. So, and the other cool thing is I bet we can do this. Look at that. So if we wanted to click on, so let's see if I have to remember how to switch these. Give me a second. Yep, okay. So which one's the active? This one, because it's on map settings. Alright, so we could probably pull up the flight plan over here if we wanted to look at something like, for example, let's do this real quick. KS, where the heck are we again? I literally forgot. KSTL. KSTL. Okay, and let's say, I don't know, we were going to, let's just say Denver. Just first popped in my head. Okay, and we wanted to go to our charts. So let's say we want to take a look at the, okay, so, oh, okay, I see. Okay, so this one, well, heck, actually, when you think about it, you could do, look how cool this is about to be. We could do, let's say we'll just pick one. Okay, we wanted to set up for this departure. I don't know. We're just throwing ideas out here. Okay, and then on, let's see here. How do we do this again? On this screen, we could throw in, figure out what our arrival is. Boom. And then if you wanted to zoom in, you simply just do one of these numbers. You use the bottom rotary to select between the, oh no, top rotary. You can zoom in, again, just give it a little click, move over to the information you're looking for, whatever that may be. And I'm just throwing an example, I'm not looking for anything in particular right now. But this could be kind of handy depending on what you're doing, or at the very least, if you want it on this screen, you could have your map. But holy lord, let's go into those map settings for a second, and let's turn some of that detail down. There we go, that's a little bit better. Okay, you could have your map, you could have your charts up here, and based on what I was seeing, the charts are actually working correctly. So I mean, honestly, you wouldn't even need this anymore. You just wouldn't. So we could go back, go to the home page, click that off. This is all you need now, because everything's moving charts. Navigraph supports moving charts. So essentially what's going to happen is, basically, as our aircraft comes into this zone, you'll actually see your plane flying through the different steps. And so you can zoom in, you can get your altitude restrictions, everything's here. This is what I like to use Navigraph charts for. Oh my gosh, dude, I am so happy here. Alright, let's move on, because I know I've gotten a little crazy here with the Navigraph charts, but I really do love it that much. It is absolutely worth it. Let's see what we got here under the traffic. There's that traffic menu that we saw before from the inset. So you have an option for both. Too cool. I don't see any other options or anything we need to worry about clicking. Gosh, this is so cool. This is so cool. Let's check out the nearest information. This is one of the things that they said they changed. So let's go to nearest airport. So based on the settings that we did before, okay, for example, you look at KSET here, St. Charles. This airport, or it will not show us. Look at that. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Oops. Darn it, I didn't mean to hit nearest airport. There we go. So what makes this all so cool is that because of those filters that we set up earlier, we will not see a airfield near us that has less than 3,000 feet of runway. So that makes that just too freaking cool, guys. This is awesome. And then to be able to do this, yes, is a big deal. So we can go to airport info. Okay, that's just standard, comes with a G3000. This is still very awesome information. But if we go back, what I'm really excited about, obviously, is this. Airport charts, man. And there it is. So we can actually see everything. We can see the approach information. We can see any of our ILS frequencies or radio comms. Dude, this is so huge. This is such a big deal, guys. And any of you who are flying IFR like I am, I hope that you're going just as stupid about this as I am, because I think this is just one of the neatest things, since ketchup packets. This is just too freaking cool. Alright, so let's go back to the home screen and see if we're missing anything. VOR. Look at this. Alright, so if we want to go select a VOR, we can now type it. But if we wanted nearest, so let's go back and check something, because I noticed nothing came up there. So where were those settings again? What was that? Utilities, right? Setup. Avionics setup. System, I think it was. No, that was just filtering that. So why aren't you showing us the nearest VORs? Oh, that's weird. I wonder if maybe I clicked something wrong. I don't know. So this is kind of neat. And real quick, guys, for any of you who don't know how this all works. So these VORs, so like this one here is a square. It's a dot with just inside a square. What that means is that you're going to get, which this must be the GPS talking, because with these ones that's just a square and a dot, if I'm remembering this correctly, which I think I am, they only provide bearing information if we were to tune it from the actual VOR. So like let's do this. VOR info, because I want to test this theory here. And let's move over to the other screen. Nav radio, radios, nav 1, and where's our frequency? 116.45. Gosh, that's laid out so nicely. Transfer, and let's see what we get. Okay, good. Yeah, that's exactly what should happen. So when you see it with just the dot and the square in it, okay, notice that we don't get any distance information, the DME. We don't get any of that. But if we come back here and we find one of these guys, this is called a VORTAC, which is VOR and TACAN, but only the military uses TACAN, so we're just concerned about the VOR part. But the big thing about this symbol here is it provides distance information as well. So here's 117.4. So let's do 1174, transfer, and now we're getting DME. So just cool stuff. Real quick VOR trivia there, right? Anyways, so guys, I'm sure there is much more to this that we're going to want to see, but I wanted to share this with you guys because I think this is freaking huge. Navigraph charts, guys, if you do not have a subscription to Navigraph, I highly recommend it. It truly adds a ton. You can have it on your mobile phone, on your Kindle, whatever it may be, your iPads, and it really creates some very significant ease of use for a lot of this stuff, such as taxiing, navigating your charts, determining your flight routes, finding your transition points, ILS and localizer glide slopes, etc. Figuring out your proper altitudes as you're making your approach, especially for a VFR approach, makes it real handy to know, okay, about how far you should be, etc., and what altitudes to follow. And then, if you ever just get confused and get lost and out in the middle of nowhere as you're practicing your simulations, having that tool really makes a huge difference. Like, I can't understate that enough. I would say Navigraph is probably, of all the things that I have, all the tools I use, all the different subscriptions I've had in the past, Navigraph is the one that I will never let go of. And especially as we start seeing things like this. I'm wondering if SimBrief is going to be on our list soon, given the fact that Navigraph just bought SimBrief. So there could be some really cool things in the future for us with that integration. So anyway, working title, guys, I hope someday this video makes it to you guys. Congratulations on an amazing success. This is an absolutely phenomenal integration for this aircraft. It's just what the sim needs. The less time that we spend outside of the sim, the less time you spend breaking your immersion. And this is the other thing that's awesome for, by the way, guys, VR. VR users, you now have access to your Navigraph information. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little showcase here. Again, links down in the description below for both the livery for the TBM 930, both the exterior and interior, as well as the link to the G3000 update. Make sure you guys grab it. Make sure you read through the changelog. Read through the instructions carefully, guys, please, so that way you don't get frustrated if something doesn't work out right. There's a lot of information there. I think in the next video is when we'll take a look at the config file and see what kind of changes we can make when customizing the G3000. All right, folks, have a wonderful week, guys. It is Monday, and I'll see you all in the next one.